Nurse J and Nursing the Truth. I hope everyone is having a great day. Yes, my friends, it's been a while. I worked at the hospital today. I've had a lot going on. I had to go back up to see my parents and spend a couple of days with them. And nursing, little Sonny, the Jack Russell, and doing all the wonderful things that I do. And so with all like minds, let's get together and learn a little something. Now, let's talk about Rome, the Mother Church, of course. So, what is up with the Pontifex Maximus, you ask? Well, my dear truth seekers, the Pope is called the Pontifex Maximus. So, where in the world is this historical, valuable information leading us? The famous saying, all roads lead to Rome. And yes, we are still on the Wizard of Oz, down the Yellow Brick Road, and we are continually spiraling down the Mad Hatter's tunnel. So, but most of my subscribers and viewers are like-minded. Now, a few recent comments from trolls, they don't do their research, and so they want to give Nurse J a problem, per se, but as usual, Nurse J doesn't let anything bother her because she's so full of positive vibrations. Guess what? It bounces off. So, you trolls, write what you want to write. Talk bad about me. Do whatever you want to because I'm just going to laugh. So, anyway, let's get right down to schooling my truth seekers. Now, Pontifex Maximus is the head priest of the Roman religion. You see, you get that, right? Roman religion. You see, when Greek came into Egypt and stole their spirituality system, and then Rome conquered Greece and stole what Greece had stolen from Egypt. You see, it all flows downhill, if you get what I mean. And so, the Pontifex Maximus was the greatest of the college of pontifexes. And, it was very important to go through the ranks of the Roman system, as today through your military branches of government. It just never stops, does it? And you see, going through the ranks of the system, the Pontifex Maximus was not considered a magistrate comparable to a consul or protator or prete or prote or protor. Now, during the Republic, the Pontifex was elected and served for life, while during the Empire, the position was generally held by the emperor himself. So now, it even goes further. The pharaohs of Egypt were the high priest and king of their nation. So now you have a system of Romans that say, well, I can be the emperor and high priest of Rome. which was Julius Caesar, and Caesar was deified as a god by the Senate, and that his adopted son was called the Son of God. So now you see where the term Son of God related to the stick man Jesus, because it was a Roman book to give to the Jewish population to pacify them and keep them quiet. These men, as the plebeian election in the Republic, they were responsible for the oversight of the state religious cult as a whole and didn't really oversee particularly godly cults, though they could if necessary. These patrician only. In the imperial period, there were 16 pontifices under the high priest, 15 flaminines, who were special priests to the main deities. Oh, we're getting somewhere, truth seekers. Hold on. And the Rex Sacrorum, king of the sacrifices, who performed the religious acts that the king had usually done. And perhaps most importantly, he who was also responsible for the 18 Vestal Virgins. Okay, so let's back it up a little bit. We have a title called Pontifex Maximus, which was the head priest of the Roman religion. And that usually the Roman emperors were the Pontifex Maximus. So that means that Caesar on down was the emperor of Rome and the head priest. But wait a minute. They had 16 people under the high priest. And 15 who were priests of the main deities. And then the Rex Sacrorum, that sacrificed to the deities, he was important too. But the main duty of the pontifices was to provide the Pax Deorum, P-A-X-D-E-O-R-U-M, or meaning the peace of the gods, plural, G-O-D-S. So wait a minute. If Christianity was started in the early 1st century, you mean to tell me that the Roman emperor was still having 18 Vestal Virgins, 15 people to the main deities, and then one person, the king of sacrifices? But wait, I thought Jesus was a sacrifice for the Christian nation. It's something to think about, isn't it, truth seekers? And the main duty of them were to provide peace to the gods. Interpreting omens, sometimes through augurs, controlling and keeping the official calendar, and the oversight of funerals. And under the domain of all of this is the Pontifex Maximus. So, okay, Pontifex Maximus makes sure that all of those people under him good to the main deities, king of the sacrifices, over the Vestal Virgins, peace with the gods, interpreting omens, and keeping the calendar and residing over funerals. Didn't it say in the Bible, no soothsayers, diviners, necromancers? Paul says, but wait, Paul, real or not real, is the main one that pushed this Roman Christianity. Also, this Pontifex Maximus, he was responsible for an enormous collection of omens. Ooh, isn't it time that we talk about this because it is Halloween? Oh, and there's something called All Saints Day that's basically Halloweeny. Now, this collection of omens were called Annals Maximi. Annales Maximi. That would be recorded and collected on a nearly constant basis. These heavenly signs would be written down along with the accompanying events and used to determine the divine favor of the gods. Doing so allowed following generations of priests and magistrates to understand the historic will of the gods and interpret future events, past patterns. Today, the head of the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, is still called the Pontifex Maximus. It's a political or governing office that has been in existence and in perpetual use for nearly 3,000 years. So, there you have it. Pray to your Pope. Love the Mother Church. Keep doing what they're doing, and let them lead you down the trodden path of unrighteousness. Let them take you away from your divinity, the kingdom of God within you. The ancient Egyptian proverb of man know thyself. You see, they were polytheistic. Oh, but everyone wants to say Egypt was polytheistic. Yes, they had different figures of animals and such, but they knew that there was a creative source, unseen, unheard. It was a force that kept the life in everything, whether it was a plant, animal, mineral, water, it doesn't matter. But you see, they stole and calculated and made things into a new religion and called it Christianity. When these Egyptian, Essenic, Therapeutai, Yahuds were the spiritual background, and they twisted and they made a resurrection and they had the Trinity. And then behind the scenes, they want to tell you that Christianity was roaming far and wide all through the nations. But in the first century, my truth seekers, they were calling upon the gods, and they were asking for the will of the gods and doing omens. What entity were they calling on? What Roman Empire god are they calling on? You see, this is the time for truth, righteousness, and to stand on your own 2 feet and call it like it is. Know it, how the intuition is in your gut. Lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. This church, this thing on a foundation that will not stand. A house divided cannot stand. A house that is not built upon truth, love, and righteousness cannot stand. Until next time, I hope this has been a great eye-opener video. And as usual, God Thoth and God Anubis and Goddess Bastet and all forms of the creative prime, we say Hotep and Ashe. And we'll see you later, guys. Have a great evening. Goodbye.